Thanks, Kaylee. On segment one of today's Local 6 Legal Line, it's Mark Bryant of the Bryant Law Center taking your questions regarding divorce at 1-888-208-6946. And Mark, before we get into some questions, just what's going on these days at the Bryant Law Center?
Well, I got to tell you, we got 20 employees that are working from home, but everybody's doing well and we're still making payroll. But I am probably the most boring person in Paducah because I've spent the last several weeks reading insurance policies for business interruption. And a lot of people call after they see it on television, but I'm telling you, we're filing lawsuits all over the country. So far, we filed about 25 of them, but we are very, very interested in helping any business that had to close down because of the coronavirus and the governor's orders. And they doesn't have to be just Kentucky. I mean, Illinois, Tennessee, Missouri, and we're doing it in Louisiana, Florida, Ohio. So if you had to close down and if you have insurance that pays business interruption, I don't care what it says, you stand a chance of getting it, but the insurance company is going to deny it if you file a claim. And if we look at your policy and decide to file a lawsuit, that's the only shot you have. And we're doing them all over the country and expect to get a whole lot more. And we're very confident that we're going to win this thing too. So, but that's the only way. It's kind of like the lottery, Dave. If you don't play it, you can't get paid. Well, that's the same thing in this litigation. You pay for your insurance policy all those years, and then when you really need it to help your employees, like we've gotten some dentists finally that are calling in. They had to close down, and they're calling in. We're getting ready to file some lawsuits for dentists. Well, every dentist in Kentucky had to close down, and I bet you most dentists have that insurance, and so I'm hoping that we'll get more calls from dentists so we can file more lawsuits.
May have time for a question here regarding divorce. Marcy says, I'm thinking about filing for divorce. My husband has a large retirement plan. If I'm awarded some of that, will I have to pay taxes on it?
Not until he does. So when you get the money, you need to put it in another account, like a 401k account, you know, transfer it over. And then when you turn 62 or 65 or whatever age you decide to retire, that's when you're going to have to start paying taxes on it. But you know, another thing you can do too is let him have all of that and you take all the assets depending on what they are. So if you've got $100,000 worth of assets and you got $100,000 in a 401k, if you let him take the 401k, he won't have any assets but that, and he can't draw against it. Or you can take half of that. You can take $50,000 and $50,000 in assets. So it's up to you, but it's something you need to look at.
Sounds to me, Marcy, like you just need the help of a good attorney. And unfortunately, we are out of time for this segment of Local 6 Legal Line. Mark Bryant of the Bryant Law Center has been our guest. If you would like to review this segment, you can do so shortly, as we'll toss that up on our website a little bit later under the Legal Line icon at WPSDlocal6.com.